going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. It's time to do another top 5 positions in MUT 22, and for today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 defensive tackles in MUT 22. This is your first update for November, first update at this position for the year, and it's going to be the final one that we've done. So we've gone through every position aside from offensive line, which I think is going to bore you guys too much. Eventually we'll do it, but we're going to skip it for now. So we're going to start to recycle the positions. We're going to go back to some of the ones we did in September and October. We're going to do offense for the next video, so let me know down below in the comment section which offensive possession do you guys want me to do for the next top 5 video. Might be coming tomorrow or probably Thursday. We shall see. So let's talk about defensive tackles. If you guys enjoy this video, be sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up. It shows a lot of support on the videos, lets me know that you guys are enjoying these. And also, if you're brand new here, you're looking for MUT 22 content, whether it's to make your team better, to find some good budget items, maybe this video was recommended to you, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. We're going to talk about budget items first, and I got 2 that are going to be under 100,000 coins for you guys to choose from. And the first is going to be 89 overall Leroy Selman. Now, we're going to talk about him one more time in our top 5 because this is just one set piece to his full legend card, which means you cannot power this card up, but it's really, really good. And if you're on a budget and you need a defensive tackle and you're looking for one that has some good speed, well, this 89 overall card has 84 speed, which is pretty high for a defensive tackle right now. And then he's also giving you 90 block shed. So some of the more important attributes that we're looking at, whether it's, this card or any of the cards we're going to talk about in this video at defensive tackle, we want good strength, we want good block shed, power move, and then finesse move and speed are kind of final, but if you can get those, that's definitely a super bonus. So he's got 84 speed, really fast, 90 block shed. We right now at this point in the year want 90 stats if we can get them. And then he's got 87 power move, which isn't too bad. 85 strength, a little low. 75 finesse move, not important. You're not going to get a ton of finesse move on defensive tackles for the most part. But I think for this card, being well under 100K, I think you can get him for like 55K. And on Saturdays when Legends come out and Legend packs are hot, you can probably even get them a little bit cheaper. This is a really, really good budget item for you guys. Our second and final budget item before we get into the top 5 is going to be 89 overall heavyweight Michael Pierce. Now, he's not giving you a speed at all. Total difference between what we just saw versus this card. Only 67 speed, but he's much more powerful. He's got the run stopper archetype. He's going to fill up the middle of your defensive line to stop those runs up the middle. 89 strength, 90 block shed, 85 power move. The finesse move is not there, just like the speed, but he's got more strength. Block shed still there, and power move pretty solid. This card is right around 50K as well, so another one that's very budget friendly for you guys. Now we're going to move into the top 5. With our top 5, we are sticking to 350,000 coins and under. So though there may be some cards, whether it's this position or others that we cover, we want cards under 350K because I know all of you can't afford cards that are over that amount. Some of you can't even afford cards that are 350K. That's why we like to give you some budget items. But I think coming in at number 5, this is a pretty affordable item. It's a card that I have on my team, and it's really good. 90 overall Team Diamond Haloti Ngata, Eagles legend, I might point out. 6'4", 75 speed, and then he's got 91 block shed, 90 power move, and 90 strength. Remember, we want 90s right now at this point in the year, and for the important things that I told you guys, strength, block shed, power move, all 3 of them 90 plus. He also has 77 finesse move. Not going to be great, but I think with those power moves and block shed and strength mixed in with 75 speed, this card could technically be higher up on my list, but I think we got him pretty well placed here. And he's really, really affordable for most of you, okay? So here are the abilities that he can get. The only ability that I really have familiarity with this year so far on defensive tackles is going to be inside stuff. So if you need help blocking or stopping those inside runs, whether it's like the inside zones or halfback dives, inside stuff is going to be pretty good for you, but he can get a lot of other really solid abilities. I'm just not really going to be a good person to be giving recommendations on other abilities that you can use on the defensive tackles. Now, as far as pricing goes, he's only getting cheaper, at least looking as the days go on, but I think this is a pretty good price as well. About $158K on PlayStation, on Xbox, $160K, and then finally on Xbox, did I already say Xbox? On PCs, $160K. And then on Xbox, about $148K. Remember, with Team Diamonds, you can always do their sets, see if it's cheaper to do that. But the power-ups, for the most part, on these Team Diamonds are really, really cheap at this point in the year. Heavyweight Al Woods is number 4 on our list for the top 5 defensive tackles right now, MUT 22. And Mr. Woods here is 78 speed, so faster than Haloti Ngata. He's got 91 strength, which is going to be higher, and 92 block shed, which is higher. His power move is not in the 90s. They're only at 88, but we gave him the spot at number 4 here because his overall is a little bit higher. His pricing isn't too far or too much higher than Haloti Ngata, and the fact that he's just a little bit faster, I think that's going to make up for the power moves. But again, if you're budget friendly, you can go with Haloti Ngata. So here is Al Woods. It's a heavyweight card, like I said. And as far as abilities go for this card, pretty much the same things as far as I can tell here. You know, with the run stopper, the inside stuff, stonewall, goal line stuff. Like I said, I'm not the greatest person to give recommendations, but I do want to show you the abilities that this card can get. And as far as pricing goes, $174K on Xbox. On PC, you can find them at $179, and then finally on PlayStation, about $174K. Remember, we're coming up this week. Wednesday is the 4th week of the current cycle of Wildcard Wednesday, which means you're going to get a fantasy pack that lets you get one free card during the most recent releases. This card will be one of those choices. I don't recommend that you pick it, but I just want to throw it out there. If you're really in need of a defensive tackle, this is a pretty good option. But we'll drop a video on Wednesday. This is why you want to have that notification bell turned on and make sure you're subbed. On Wednesday, we'll be dropping a video going over the best choices out of that free fantasy pack and also how you can earn it. Let's move on to number 3. Team Diamonds have been out for a while, and I still feel like to this day, when the card came out and even up till now, this Tommy Harris card just doesn't get like enough respect. I think this is a really solid card, mainly because he's giving you what we've been looking for, right? 88 strength, it's not 90, but it's close enough. And these are all attributes that are pre-power up, so you power them up. Now you're looking at 89 strength, and if you're rocking a Bears theme team or some type of chemistry that can boost that up, usually the first one on a theme team is plus strength, so you can get them to 90, not too bad, right? So 88 strength, then he's got 90 block shed, 90 power move, 76 finesse move, but he also gives you the speed that we've been looking for. 84 speed, same as that 89 Selman that we saw earlier, except this one's giving you block shed and power move, and strength is almost at a 90. I think this card is really, really good and very slept on, and he's very affordable for you guys. Now, as far as abilities go, a little bit, I mean, we're seeing some difference here, right? A little bit weird that he can get edge threat and he's a defensive tackle. Please don't put edge threat on your defensive tackles. That defeats the purpose. But 2 other abilities that he can get that we have not seen so far on our list: double or nothing. It's 4 ability points. Probably don't want to spend that much, but it is an option. And then defensive rally, which is kind of got a little bit of buzz right now. It affects your pass rush on 3rd and 4th down, and it affects the entire defensive line, so not just that player. So that's something that I use. I have no idea if it actually works or not, but I have it on one of my defensive tackles on my no money spent squad. And also, I think this is the first time that we saw under pressure for the 3 cards that we've listed so far. I could be wrong there, but I think at number 3, really, really good card with Tommy Harris. And again, it's even better because of the pricing. $115K on PlayStation, on PC $129K, and then finally on Xbox $114. Super affordable, almost fit under our 100K range for the budget items, and that's why this Tommy Harris card is ranked at number 3. Number 2 is going to be the LTD/Redux Warren Sapp, 91 overall. Now I'm showing you the LTD. Right now there are no Redux cards on the auction house, but if you can find them, and it's a Monday morning, so that's probably why you can't. Really good price for this card. It came out a long time ago, and I think it's the 2nd best defensive tackle in the game. Here's why. 71 speed. Again, we can't expect too much speed from our defensive tackles, but for this card, super well balanced across the board aside from speed. 89 strength. Now remember, this is the Redux card, which is essentially the powered up version of this card, so you don't even need to waste or use your training points. This is the highest it's going to get. 89 strength. He's got 88 finesse move. We have not seen a finesse move that high on a defensive tackle yet in this video. And aside from that, he's got plus 90 in power move and block shed. 91 block shed, 92 power move. Like I said, this card can do it all across the board. That's why he's ranked number 2. Abilities, he doesn't have what we just saw on Tommy Harris here, but of course you can go inside stuff, instant rebate, goal line stuff is on there, BOGO, enforcer. You know, I've said it a million times, I'm not going to say it again. You guys get the deal. Now, with the Redux card, 161k on Xbox, on PC, coming in at 140k, that's really affordable, and then on PlayStation, 149k. So the availability of a Redux card on the auction house may be a little bit hard to find, but when you can find them at that price point for what you're getting, what I just showed you attribute-wise, I had a hard time not making this card number 1. But Warren Sapp, number 2 on our top 5 defensive tackles here in November in MUT 22. Coming in at number 1, we mentioned him earlier in the budget items. This is the full Redux card or full powered up legend. Again, if you get this Redux card, you don't have to power him up. You're getting what he would get if you powered him up. 86 speed, fastest defensive tackle in the game. He's got 88 strength, which is pretty close to 90, and the 93 block shed, which I think is the highest block shed we've seen so far, and 92 power moves, which is tied for the highest power move we've seen so far, all on a defensive tackle. 78 finesse move, not as great. He's not going to be as well balanced across the board as Warren Sapp, but I think the difference in speed, 71 versus 86, is why we put Selman at number 1 over Warren Sapp at number 2. But they are both really good options. Most of you are going to need 2 defensive tackles on your squad, so if you can afford both of them, Warren Sapp and Leroy Selman, you got a nice little 1-2 punch there. Now again, this card is the Redux card, which he's already powered up. If you can't afford this card, I'll show you the pricing in a moment. You can get his 91 overall legend and then just power it up if you want to. The 91 legend is going to be -1 on every stat. Still really, really good, and he's about 120k for that 91 overall legend. For abilities on this card, another one that gets edge threat, but don't do it. But he does get double or nothing. He does get defensive rally, some of the abilities that we've only seen on Tommy Harris so far in this video. And then price-wise, this is the Redux, 241k. By the way, when I said this is the Redux, I kind of felt like Diddy when he says this is the remix. Never mind, moving on. 241k on PlayStation, on PC, 213k on Finally on Xbox, about 271k. But if you want to take -1 on all of the attributes for this card that we just saw, I'll show you again, -1 on all of these, you can get the 91 legend, not power him up, and you can get it for like 120, 125k, which is much, much cheaper than this card and still a really, really good option. And that's going to wrap it up. Those are our top 5 defensive tackles in MUT 22 right now for November. Again, let me know who you're using at DT down below in the comment section and which position, offensive position that is, you guys want me to go through on the next top 5 video. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.